Greetings. This is going to be a chosen one message, channeled messages. Yesterday's video didn't save. That's okay, sometimes that happens. Alright, so getting right into it. Shout out to my fellow Vedic sidereal astrology people who know that it's still Scorpio season, it's not yet Sagittarius season. Again, I follow Vedic sidereal astrology, and Vedic sidereal astrology, it's still Scorpio season until about December 14th or 15th. Happy full moon tonight as well, as that is going on. Okay, so in a true Scorpionic fashion of it still being Scorpio season and being a full moon, the message today, the message from yesterday, the message from last week, this week, last year, this year, next year, years to come, is life and death, because as we know, death is a part of life. And it starts with this. I sat with death today. The story I tell myself is everything I love gets taken from me, but then I remember that it's not mine, it's God's. So nothing can ever be taken from me, yet everything is experienced. So, chosen ones, the story here is nothing can be taken from you, yet everything is experienced. Remember, nothing can be taken from you, yet everything is experienced. There could be something here about sitting with death. All right, so channeled songs that were coming through. Our Time by Russ. Maybe it's just not our time. So something here, it could seem like maybe it's just not this lifetime that you're supposed to cultivate a certain experience or a certain relationship. You know, there's like deep-seated larger existential questions here that are occurring in life. It's like big questions. What do I want to do with the rest of my life? Where do I want to live? Who do I want to become? What am I, going to leave behind? What's the legacy that I want to leave behind? Who do I want to leave behind so that I can become who I'm meant to become? What am I meant to become? So there's a lot of contemplation here. So Spirit is also saying, chosen ones, it's important to spend time every day contemplating. And some people, can see that as meditation, but some people can see that more as just like journaling, and they hear the word meditation, kind of shy away from it. So think of the word of the week is contemplation, especially for this full moon. Now, going back into the energy of life and death, if you feel like death is kind of following you around, if you feel like the energy of suffering, pain, death, these things seems to kind of be lurking, wandering in the air, Spirit says, if your question is, why do I keep facing death? Perhaps the correct question is, why do you keep chasing it? Why do you keep chasing it? If you keep facing it, why do you keep chasing it? And why do I say that? It's an energy of constriction. It's an energy of fear. It's an energy of limiting beliefs, limiting behaviors, scarcity consciousness, not enough. There's something here, shame, grief, all of these things kind of brood in the energy of death, whereas life is hope, it's light, it's faithful, it's full of faith, it's lighthearted, it's joyful. It sees, the light in every situation. It honors death, and it sees the beauty in death just the same as there is beauty in life. There's also beauty in death. And life can recognize that. There's something here, pain and death are necessary in life because they realign us continuously with our purpose and our mission, and they refine us as they realign us, they redefine us, and they refine us. So a lot of kind of going back to the remembering message that came through a few readings ago. I love the word remember because, we think of every, this is a member, this is a member, this is a member, this is a member. So when we remember, we're like reorganizing, we're re-putting the puzzle pieces together of something that used to be whole, and not that it's no longer whole, but it's kind of become discombobulated along the way. So there's an energy here of, if you feel like you are surrounded by death, then ask yourself, why do I keep chasing death? What in my heart is chasing destructive behavior, destructive thought patterns, destructive actions? What are things in my life that I am destructive with? And destruction isn't always a bad thing, right? Because we kind of have to excavate. That was the message last week as well, the excavation period, right? So we have to totally excavate. And death in itself is an excavation. I mean, whenever we're, digging graves, we're excavating. There's something here of, making space, creating the void so that something can rest, creating space so that something can rest. And perhaps that's all that is needed. If this is a death of a relationship, a death of a job, a death of a situation, and not an actual life, you know, there's something here of perhaps it just needs a space, perhaps it just needs a breath, it just needs a break. However, I also was hearing the song New Flame by Chris Brown, so, you know, this could be the death of one relationship and inviting in, trying something new. Let's spark a new flame. I want to be the one to do you right, so someone here could kind of tell that someone else hasn't always received, you know, what they've really deserved to receive. So someone here could feel like you are someone who really deserves to be treated a certain way, or you're someone who feels like someone else deserves to be treated a certain way, and you want to be the person, or they want to be the person to kind of do you right. Also, there's an energy here of, you know, every time that we excavate, every time that there's a total demolition. So this could also be like working on homes. You could be like renovating the house, renovating the car, renovating a relationship, renovating yourself, renovating your own body. That is a home. So people could be like drastically changing their diets here. There could be, you know, new sensitivities, or as you become more spiritually sensitive, you become more sensitive consciously with your own being and vessel. So you start to notice when certain foods or certain things, you know, you might have like an oral allergy to it, where like on an allergy test you wouldn't actually like respond to it, but you can tell that you get like a little tummy ache or a little rash here or there when you eat something. And so there could be changes in your diet. Sorry, this is just, you know, coming through. This wasn't written down. This is just coming through. There could be like changes in diet because of certain things. This can also be like, you know, if you're noticing acne in a certain area of your face and then you look online, you realize it's diet related. You could be like, oh, maybe I can take out X, Y, and Z. And then, you know, you start noticing things clearing in your body. So these are all signs of you, you know, kind of lightening and listening, tuning in more. So there's something here about also becoming more sensitive. Whenever death comes through, whenever it bulldozes everything, you know, we become sensitive. And now that there's space, what happens when there's space? Something new can be birthed. So this is like creating the birth portal. So it's like death simultaneously takes something, but it doesn't, because it replaces it with something, because energy is never created nor destroyed, it's only recycled. So it doesn't ever take anything. It simply is the recycling process. So there is a recycling process here, and there's going to be, you know, a grieving process with that. And there is something here about asking yourself, am I a being who chases life with everything that I do, or am I chasing death with my decisions? You know, is this a decision today, like did I chase life, or today did I chase death? What things did I do, you know, that were chasing life, and what things on the list did I do that were kind of more like chasing death? And it's not for a sense of like judging yourself, but it's for self-awareness, right? So this is an exercise in self-awareness, is finding, really getting honest with yourself where you chase life and where you chase death. Also, what was coming through is the song Say Goodbye by Chris Brown. There's never a right time to say goodbye, but I gotta make the first move, because if I don't, you're gonna start hating me. But I really don't feel the way I once felt about you. Girl, it's not you, it's me. I gotta figure out what I need. So someone here could just need some time, they need some space, because they are at this place in their life where they are evolving into their next evolution. And in that evolution, you know, they want it to stay pure, they want it to stay authentic, and so they feel like they can't really go through the birth portal with, you know, someone attached to them. They're like, you know, maybe I'll see you on the other side, but I don't know, I can't promise you that. So someone here is like, you know, let's take the space. You know, it doesn't come from a negative or an ill intention at all. It's from someone genuinely just wanting to stay in that energy of purity. So there's something here, again, Return to Innocence by the artist Enigma, that came through on the last reading as well. So in Return to Innocence, I think I actually wrote something on that. Well, yeah, every time you're stripped, you are being birthed. You're not actually being stripped. You know, you're being birthed. Every time you feel like you're dying in a situation, something's dying, it's not. It's actually being recycled to be rebirthed. It's a return to innocence. And thinking about death or confronting death asks us to go a layer deeper, deeper to the point of our short existence, deeper into the purpose of our short existence, deeper to what is our core mission in this blip of life that we get to experience. And again, nothing is taken, but everything is experienced. And then keep your heart, 3 stacks, keep your heart. So that was from UGK, the International Players Anthem. Love that song. But in that song, you know, he says something like, hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. So there could be someone here who, yeah, they feel like they have a lot of suitors. Maybe the person that they're going after has a lot of suitors. It's like someone here has a lot of suitors, but they're not actually active with any of them. They're like waiting for like the right time, the right space. And someone here could have a lot of suitors, but they're not ready yet because they could be out of something fresh. That could be in that International Players Anthem, and someone here could be like, yeah, no, I don't trust that. I don't believe that. There has to be something going on there. All right, we're gonna pull some cards because I just want to. I'm feeling that. All right, so collective message. What cards do I want to do? Let's do these guys. All right, so we're gonna do my cards, not tarot, because this is a chosen one message. No tarot for this video, just my own personal. What I will say is there's something here of shh, so laying low on something, lay low to the ground. Isn't that from The Lion King? That's where I'm hearing that from. Timon and Pumbaa. Can you feel the love tonight? Ooh, okay, so romance is on the mind. But there's something here about rejection is protection. So if you have been like shorted from someone, if you feel like someone's rejecting you, ooh, it is protection, and Spirit's saying, you know, don't worry about it. Don't sweat about it. Don't lose a sweat. Don't break a sweat about this. You know, I always wonder, I don't know. It's always interesting to me. It's like if someone is not reciprocating, then you can still like admire that person, but like carry along. You know, it's like if someone's not reciprocating something, then that is the sign to like carry along. Also, talk is cheap. So someone here might be like all talk, but when it gets down to like the nitty gritty of like actually doing something, hearing what that mouth do. Okay, so strong Leo energy coming through, or someone who just has a lion spirit animal, because I'm seeing a lion. Yeah, we have ascension, a brand new me. Between heaven and hell, there's a brand new me. Between life and death, there's a brand new you. Pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. Haruki Murakami, he is one of the Dalai Lamas. But it's true, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. And suffering, attachment, is the root of all suffering. I believe that was Thich Nhat Hanh. Maybe it was, no, it's not Osho. I think it's Thich Nhat Hanh, I don't know. Attachment is the root of all suffering. So this is a season of excavation because Spirit is really testing, you know, where are your attachments? Love is appreciation, not possession. Love is appreciation, not possession. I think that's Osho. That is Osho. Yeah, so with love being appreciation, not possession, this could be a season of things being taken from you because Spirit, or things being threatened to be taken from you because Spirit is wanting you to get incredibly and utterly clear about what love really is, like what love really means, what it means to love something wholly and fully, like what does it feel like? You know, some people may throw around love or say it, but they haven't really gotten to the level of depth of feeling love that God wants them to get to. And so this can be a season of Spirit doing that in ways that seem perhaps unfair, painful, that could exude suffering. But Spirit is doing these things to elicit a sense of vulnerability, a sense of impermanence, understanding that there is such a sweetness and such a delicacy and fragility to life. And in that fragility and the delicacy of life, there is love, and there's something here to be there's something here to be appreciated that Spirit is saying, you know, hasn't for so long. We also have Scorpio energy coming through, which, like I said, we are technically in Scorpio season right now. Some of you guys could be traveling right now. You could be gearing up to travel, getting ready to travel, getting ready to move. Someone else could be wanting to move. You could be thinking about moving, but the move itself isn't going to happen until the springtime, is what I'm seeing for a lot of people, or it's more advised to wait for relocation in the new year. The rest of December, Spirit is really saying, you know, taking this time to work on education, but also work on move that body, girl, makes the fellas go the way you wind it, girl, makes the fellas go move your body, girl. All right, so you need to move your body, get dancing, get grooving. Pioneer, be the pioneer of your own life. It could be raining where you're at. You could need to cry. Spirit's like, you know, Spirit could be setting up the perfect environment for you so that you can just sob, just ugly cry, get your ugly cry on. There's so much that is truly released, though, physiologically and emotionally and mentally when we allow ourselves to cry. This is why Osho Dynamic Meditation is one of the most powerful healing tools. I know I've used to say it in readings all the time. I'm just going to put a plug in for it because it's that life-changing. If you don't know what Osho Dynamic Meditation is, please go to YouTube, type in Osho Dynamic Meditation instructions, and then type in Osho Dynamic Meditation playlist to do it. It takes about an hour to get through, but I just really, if there's one thing you get from this message, I would love for it to be you experiencing Osho Dynamic Meditation sometime in the next week, like just carving out an hour or 30, 40 minutes. I'm pretty sure you can get through it in that small amount of time, as long as you can find a playlist, because it's like 4 different parts to it. Anywho, I love you guys. This is a quick message. That was just quick cards there. I will come back either tonight or tomorrow for daily all 12. If you'd like a personal reading, hit me up.